Hi everyone, welcome to Backlog Stories channel. In today's session, I'll be talking about Terraform statefile, like basic understanding about Terraform statefile. What is a Terraform statefile and what is the use of Terraform statefile? And this is a very important topic. So we should be knowing and we should be understanding what's Terraform statefile while working real-time projects. It really helps a lot. Let's get started. Terraform, state is basically it stores the all the data information about your infrastructure in a state file. So basically, whatever resource you are trying to create using Terraform tool with the configuration HCL language configuration file, so all the resource will get stored in this state file. So basically, it will keep tracks of your each and every resources. Okay, let me show you. Okay, currently, if you see the file name, it will be get generated as terraform.tf state. Okay, terraform.tf state. This is a file where it will store all your infrastructure resource details. Okay, so currently, if you look at resources is empty, list is empty. Okay, so basically in the previous session, I explained how to destroy all the resources as well as a specific individual resources. Okay, um, so I have destroyed all the resources. That's why it's showing empty. I'll show you how to create resources and I'll show you how it will keep track of each and every resources whatever we created. Okay, in our example, so AWS is our infrastructure and the EC2 is a resource. Okay, last in the previous session, I created two resources and destroyed two also. So let me comment this one. I don't want to create VPC now for time being. Okay, I'm just commenting it. This is a way how we can comment in Terraform slash star and slash star slash the end. Okay, then this resource will not get created. So I am interested in EC2 instance. Okay, this is the tag name we have given for EC2 instance. Let's go back to once again. And one more thing, guys, I have changed my this repository directory name. Earlier it was a Terraform course. I have changed to Backlog Story, my YouTube channel name. Don't get confused. And also, if you guys noticed, I have not using any credentials AWS provider. The current file I have created in the different file. Okay, I have mentioned the reason. You know why I'm creating separate files. If you don't know, if you get confused, please watch my previous videos. Okay. Okay. So I want to create my plan. Okay. First, we need to run the Terraform plan command. It will give the blueprint. I mean, it's a give a high level information about the resource what we are trying to create. Meantime, I would like to show again there are no resources stored in the Terraform TF state file. Okay, the Terraform plan is running now. So meantime, I'll just one more thing. This you know. Okay. Let me open a notepad. Okay. So this is Terraform state file is nothing but it's for example, most of the programming knowledges are scripting. We will be having some this upsets. Okay, it's similar. So why do we are using upset in programming or scripting? So basically, suppose let's understand that I'm just giving an example of offset example. Suppose any script programming, currently it is read 4 lines. Okay. So, and now in the next attempt, we want to start from the fifth to 10th. Okay. In order to do that, we have to maintain some upset, correct? So that's how it works, like a kind of Terraform state file. It will maintain each and every resource what we have created through Terraform. Let me run the apply command. Okay. So yeah, I was talking about offset, right? So the similar way, the Terraform state file, it will maintain each and every resource created through Terraform file. And next time when you create a new resource, a different resource or VPC or security group, some new resources, that time it knows, Terraform knows that EC2 we have already created, so it should not create it again. Okay, so it compares from the local state to production state or infrastructure state. So that is not generally we will call it as from the actual state, current state to actual state. Let's finish and then I'll once it is completed, I'll show you so that you'll get a clear idea on that. And it also stores some metadata, global, security group, the IP, and few metadata which is equal to identify that resource, unique way, so that it should know if we are trying to next time if we are trying to modify or trying to add a new similar resource, it should know whether we are modifying the existing resource or it is we are trying to create a new resource. So it has to compare with the production, production resource. Okay, earlier it was empty. The resource was empty. If you see, the mode is managed and type is AWS instance and name. So whatever we have name given, the name is dev-ec2. Okay, the name is stored in Terraform state file and provider. And as I was talking about, some time back, it also stores some metadata. Okay, ID, instance ID, and instance type, and also it stores primary network, private DNS, private IP, public DNS. So all the basic information, these are the metadata. Okay, this metadata is stored locally. Okay, since we are it's a very beginning of this course, and just for we are storing it this Terraform state file in locally, but in ideal way. I'm not sure whether you guys are watched my one of the one of the video about how to the Terraform framework, how to maintain and manage the Terraform state. Okay, so let me show you that in a production case, in ideal practically in the organizations, this Terraform state will be maintained in a different location or remote location, because we need to enable cross collaboration. Suppose in your team there are 5 people, all 5 people you want to work on Terraform scripts. So how do you concurrently, parallelly, how can we access and we can push the new Terraform files into Git repo? So that's a very important thing. So I have explained in that tutorial, and also that we are going to implement that project in upcoming sessions. So this was that. If you see, I hope you are able to see this. So basically, from the laptop, we are pushing our all Terraform script and to Git repo, but state file it will be pushed to AWS S3 bucket. In this case, we are using AWS S3 bucket. There are other backend options available provided by the HashiCorp. That also we will look into that in later sessions. If you guys are not watched this session, I would like to highly recommend to go and watch this session. It's little lengthy, but it has a lot of information. Please watch it. And also we are going to implement this this framework at the end of this course. Okay, so basically so this is the resource. Now currently it is showing as AWS instance. Okay, now okay, let's create VPC also. Okay, let's uncomment this and save that also. Terraform. This time I will run plan. Let's see what it does. So we have only one resource is stored in the Terraform state file, AWS instance. Now we are trying to create AWS VPC. Okay. See, if you read this, refreshing Terraform state in memory period to plan. The refresh state will be used to calculate this plan, but this will not be persisted local or remote storage. So that means it is just existing resource. It's just a refreshed, and it didn't create an AWS instance, but it is trying to create a VPC, AWS VPC. Okay, let's run Terraform apply command. Okay, so apply command is completed. One resource added, 0 change, 0 destroyed. Let's go back to Terraform state file. So now one resource AWS instance created, and come down. Okay, it has stored a lot of metadata. So if you see here, there is another resource which we have created that is also get stored in Terraform state file, and state mode is managed. That means this resource basically it is managed through Terraform. Okay. So I am going to cover some more details about in detail about Terraform state file in the next session, part 2. So don't get skip and watch this video, and definitely it is very important topic. Thank you so much for watching. Just in case if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching.